Annyeong! We are One to Sarang,
your next favorite Hallyu podcast.
We talk K-drama.
Mandaming kilig every time
Oh my
we see
God.
K-drama.
we also talk K-pop,
Yung feeling ko sa 17 na they bring me so much happiness.
And we live to entertain.
What you gonna do when Dicky steak in front of
Check us out now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
also on YouTube. Join us sa Tawanan at Kwentuhan from One to Sarang!
The views, takes and opinions expressed on this show are of the host's own and do not represent the views, takes and opinions of the Bunk Collective and its affiliates. Material and sources mentioned in this episode is for general and commentary purposes only. This episode might include strong language and may not be suitable for children. Listener discretion is advised. Stay safe and stay wrestle everyone. Welcome to the main event, Mark.
Yon! Good morning. Welcome to the official wrestling podcast of the Bunk Collective. This is the main event Mark podcast. Ay, na-miss ko yun Tangin na pre, na-miss ko yun legit. I hope you guys can hear that. Pero, yeah. Today is another pay-per-view or premium live event episode predictions for this show. And first thing foremost, thank you very much for tuning in on the main event, Mark. And you can see the upgrades that we are doing for a while and also for our setup. Ayan, kitang-kita nyo naman. At bumalik na yung clapboard. Yes! Everything is throwback, man. But yeah, like what I said, let's try to do some shit again and let's see then if ano nga ba yung mangyayari going forward with this experiment that we are currently having. But for the meantime, let's plug some gatekeeping stuff so far. So, yung episode natin ng PWPH podcast, the recent episode is all about the anniversary of the Philippine wrestling scene, 10 years, and also the anniversary of Pro Wrestling Philippines Club. So, both of them are being advertised as anniversary. So, that's why ang title lang ng episode na yun is anniversary. So, both of the episodes are now available on Spotify and on your favorite podcast platform. And here, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can watch it as well on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel. And our upcoming episode later, within the day, we are going to drop the official review of the Main Event Mark for Dexcon Decada. And to mention, that will be the season premiere of our podcast for season 7 here on the pod. So also, kailangan ko na rin i-acknowledge that next week we are going to have a bonus episode for the PWPH podcast. Ito, mag-share lang kami ng mga match of the year namin so far sa wrestling local and international. And I will be joined by our guests as usual, si Julian, si Ali, si Dor Cilantro. Then, kompleto kami dito. So, si Charles ng Disciplinary Committee tsaka si Christian Anastasio, and they're going to join me as well on that episode. And meron na tayong mga cam shots na tayo for that episode. Both will be released as well on Spotify and on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel, as you can see on the bottom of our ticker right now. Also, to mention na rin, paki-follow na din ng lahat ng social media platforms ng The Main Event Mark on Facebook, sa X or Twitter, Instagram, sa YouTube, and also on TikTok at The Main Event or MEM Wrestling Pod. So, typically, Main Event Mark nang naman yung nakalagay dyan pag sinesearch nyo. So, makikita nyo rin naman yan sa platforms natin. Also, acknowledge na rin natin yung ating mga friends from World Underground Wrestling. So, they're going to have an upcoming show this July 7 sa Brawl Pit Bulusan. So, for the advertised matches that's being announced is TZK versus High Proof in a tornado tag team no disqualification match for the World Underground Wrestling Tag Team Championships. And literal na inuman talaga to, literal na tagayan talaga to because our friends from World Underground Wrestling is going to give away drink vouchers. So lahat yan ay beer for our Gen Ad and on our VIP buyers. So pupunta ba ako? Pag-isipan ko pa. Hindi ko pa sure kasi I promised to myself di muna ako pupunta kasi magpapasalamin ako. Pero we will see. Kasi 450 sulit na yan eh. Sobrang sulit na yan. Kung kayo ay masusunod, pumunta kayo sa Brawl Pit, enjoyin lang natin tong gabing to. And we will find out if I can go myself on Sunday, July 7 sa Brawl Pit Bulusan for Third Underground Wrestling Tagay na. Also, bago tayo magpatuloy, maraming salamat as always, Bong Collective, for supporting this show. You can support as well our friends from Bong Collective on their social media platforms at The Bong PH and on our social media platforms din sa Bong at obviously the Bong PH. Okay. So, let's throw shit out of the window and pwede na tayo mag-reveal ng breaking news. Pwede na ba? Pero ito, hindi ko to ginagawa. I'm not doing this kind of things that much. Pero I have to share this with you kasi on the day that this episode will be released, it probably would be leaked na din. So, it's a breaking news that Andrade is now your new WWE Speed Champion and he defeated Ricochet for the belt. And we're not sure just yet on when this show will be televised, but we will find out as well on kailan nga ba ito i-air. But we are going to give you an update on that once we can confirm and once we will confirm. But yes, it's official. Andrade is your new WWE Speed Champion and you can catch that show exclusively on X and on X lang sa Twitter. So, kung Twitter pa din gamit nyo, I don't care. But it's on X. So, that's a huge news. Coming out of SmackDown, alam naman natin lahat na next week, SmackDown is going to Scotland and everything will go really well on that episode, that's for sure. And hindi natin alam kung ano yung mangyayari come Clash at the Castle. But I'm good with this. I'm good with Andrade winning the belt. Temporary lang naman to kasi it's kind of showed what really is going on. So for sure, itatapat nila tong title change na to sa mismong Clash at the Castle weekend. And who knows? Baka nga mamaya mapaaga pa. Diba? But we will see. For the meantime, let's do some commentary first. Ito na, ang pinakahihintay ng mga listener at ng mga viewers ng Main Event Mark. Ay, nako. Tony Khan is having another set of meltdown over on social media. And I don't know anymore why this fucking idiot is doing another meltdown. But yes, Tony Khan is doing another meltdown on social media that no one cares. Ewan ko what's the context of this. I can assure you this is related to their upcoming show, Forbidden Door. That's having another, to be fair, Forbidden Door so far is getting built up really well. But with this kind of leadership or leadership Tangina, I don't really see this bullshit will end. Ewan ko rin ha, pero putang ina, ano bang point ng mga tweets na to ni Tony? I don't really get anymore. So for context, let's share some sources from our friends. So AEW President and CEO, Mr. Tony Khan, General Manager, ROH President, whatever. Tony Khan had another meltdown on X social media platform as he shared a series of consecutive tweets. So that's one of them, and I'll share with you two more. So I'm going to stick with that one that I just shared. So that's number 2. So wrestling is high stakes cutthroat business. And this the last one. I book wrestling for the Seacos because that's what I am and that's who I care about. Eto. So that's the tweet that Tony Khan shared. So Tony Khan has shared bizarre tweets in the past. It's very given. Pero Tony Khan has also made headlines. Pero yan. He called himself Siko. Tony Khan was probably referring to the criticism regarding his booking decisions in AEW on one of his tweets. Or maybe, lahat ng tweets na to ay tungkol sa booking ng AEW. Yan ang sinasabi ko eh. Gawa ng katangahan, tas ngayon magsasadboy ka eh. Yan ang sinasabi ko eh. Putang ina eh. Ganyan na naman tayo. Tas aabot na naman tayo sa point na nagtatarantaduhan na naman tayo dito eh. But, let's continue first on what I'm reading right now. Ayan, nabasa ko lang pala yung thought kanina. So, yeah. Tony Khan also referred to the ex-bots who has been accused of spreading hate against AEW. He also urged fans to let the bots know that we're having fun in his promotion. And also, he referred to his ongoing rivalry with WWE in one of his tweets by calling wrestling a cutthroat business. Yeah, that's it. Seryoso, Tony. I don't want to talk about you anymore, but we have to. Yan, mali. Pero yan, going back, ilang beses ko nang sinabi dito na at this point, pakikuha na lang ng passwords o ng cellphone ni Tony because things won't affect anymore, man. Hindi na tatalab yan sa kahit anumang pamamaraan. Kung hindi siya tatalab sa kahit anumang paraan, idaan na lang sa puwersahan. Because Tony Khan, it seems like he doesn't care about the fandom. Otherwise, his viewers or listeners o yung trolls niya na ewan ko kung galing ba kay Vice Ganda. Hindi, joke lang. Baka mag-cancel na naman sa akin. But, ewan ko dumadami yung bots sa mga posts ni Tony. Pansin na natin yan. It's very given. It's very prominent. Pero, I don't know anymore on what in the blue hell Tony Khan is doing right now. Wala na siyang awareness sa lahat ng katarantaduhan niya right now. And I am not sure if ano pang problema nito? Ano pinagmamalaki? What's the point? No? Anong point mo? Anong gusto mo iparating? Ngayon, especially WWE is doing a really good job on building up Clash at the Castle and possibly Money in the Bank. I admit you're doing a really good job too on building up some of the matches for Forbidden Door. But I cannot say that it reflects on your own attitude. Gaya nga ng sinasabi ng mga nagpaparinig kong friends sa Facebook, unahin mo yung ugali mo kaysa sa ugali ng iba. Kasi parinig kayo ng parinig. Ayaw naman panindigan ng mga pinaparinig nyo. It doesn't make sense. It's like, taka ka nga, hindi ka naman nag-iisip. Wala din. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't give you any reasons or it doesn't give you any validation on what in the blue hell are you trying to point out on this kind of disrespect. And this kind of disrespect must stop immediately. Pero speaking of which, asan na naman yung mga disciplinary committee ni Tony? Hindi eh. Kasi, yun ang obserbahan ko. If Tony Khan now has his own disciplinary committee, dapat siya din sinisita ng disciplinary committee eh, no? Ewan ko pero parang ang dating sa akin, yung disciplinary committee nila, pulpol, tapos accepted si Tony on this. Very, very vile, very stupid. But, yeah, as much as we care about his wrestling, but his attitude says otherwise, and yeah, it's very stupid and unnecessary at this point to tweet like this. Kung normal kang tao, should not tweet like this at all. But well, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about important things. For example, like this. Yesterday was the anniversary of TNA Impact, and we got AJ. If you say AJ Francis as the TNA Digital Media Champion, and yeah, admit it's kind of necessary for First Class to get their belt, and specifically for this guy, AJ Francis, to win the belt from someone like Laredo Kid. Yeah, I think it's very necessary at this point to see him as champion. And finally, well done, man. Well done. Wala talaga akong masabi, kundi well done. That was a really good match by AJ Francis and Laredo Kid, but he deserves this. Seriously. And yeah, bago ko isingit yung isa ka pang item from TNA Impact, let's focus now on my original programming, which is the usual things that I am discussing first, which is today's SmackDown. So today's SmackDown, yes, nag-diverse na naman tayo from one company to another. And yeah, so we got Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. So this match, yeah, that was a really good match as expected. Very good, very impressive. Nakikita ko talaga si Jade as someone that can be taken seriously. Hindi na kagaya nung dati niya sa AEW na doing this jobber shit. Yes, she's doing the same, but she's a different level na as we are speaking right now. And I can see that continuing. Pero yun nga, later on in this episode of SmackDown, it's been announced that there will be a 3-way for the women's tag team titles. It's going to be Shayna and Zoe Stark and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn challenging Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill at Clash at the Castle. But like what I said, for me, this is something that we really have to look forward. And I think this should be putting on the main show. Main show, I mean. So dapat na sa main show na siya this time. Kasi last time nasa kick-off siya sa countdown. But yeah, let's see. Also, habang di-discuss natin, so today's SmackDown is also the first episode of the new Bloodline officially taking over the show. So, as usual, si Paul Heyman parang kinakabahan pa din. And then si Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are being anointed on their respective positions. I'm not going to discuss that one by one anymore. But seriously, this bloodline storyline, hindi siya nauumay eh. Hindi siya pang-umay. It's more on nag-e-evolve. Para siyang adobo na nagsawa ka. Pero habang tumatagal, lalong sumasarap. So that's the bloodline to me so far. And pag bumalik si Roman at makikita niya na lang na ganito naka-dominant yung bloodline, imagine how things will go next week. See, imagine things once this process of transition, tapos makikita pa natin na take over na ni Solo Sikoa yung buong bloodline. Imagine that. And I cannot wait to see how things might expanded throughout the SummerSlam event. And yeah, it's very interesting then to see the bloodline dominating the show again. Also, meron na rin tayong seeds for a possible feud between Grayson Waller and Johnny Gargano. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. We can see that possibly after SummerSlam pagkatapos silang matalo ng DX. Pero yeah, it's kind of interesting to me how things are going so far with the tag champs, and I cannot wait to see more of that once things are being done as well. Also, let's say na rin, Logan Paul showed up on SmackDown via satellite as usual, and then he also mocked LA Knight earlier. And to me, that was very impressive. Alam ko pinapahaba na lang nila yung story at this point. And also, they're building a really good pay-per-view so far. So, that's good to me also. Despite the fact that hindi pa sold out yung show, isang match pa na official that we're going to dedicate in a moment. But to me, WWE is really building up a really good show come Clash at the Castle. Last thing on SmackDown before we go to our break. Ayan, so this match has been made official. AJ Styles will challenge Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. But this time, it's an I Quit match. It makes sense because nag-quit si AJ last week. So bakit hindi mo panindigan yung pag-quit mo? So that's what Cody Rhodes is pointing out throughout the show. And it's amazing to me to see Cody shining as usual. Pero mas nakita ko talaga yung pagiging prominent niya sa mic. Mas effective na rin siya talaga sa pagiging sympathetic face kumpara sa ibang characters that he encountered or he introduced before. But I can really see if things are going to be booked really well, I can also see that it might be booked effectively too. Pero this I Quit match, imagine if this match is going to open the show. Imagine if this is going to be the opener of the Clash at the Castle. Given na magme-main event sila Damian Priest at si Drew for the belt. And imagine the magnitude of the show next week once the show will be executed. At sa mga manonood sa Disney Plus, by the way, wag na kayong umasa ng BOD. May sponsor ulit. So, that's a heads up and just a reminder to you guys in advance. Baka mag-expect kayo masyado. Yan, at least inuunahan ko na kayo. Ayun. Ayun, tagal mo wala. That's it for now on our first half for our WWE talk. We're going to talk about more of that in a moment. And also, we're going to talk about NXT Battleground and are going to talk about our predictions on that in a moment. Also, magda-dive din tayo ng mas malalim sa TNA 20th anniversary episode and also on AEW Dynamite on this week's episode. But for the meantime, we're going to take a short break. Let's check our kabunkmates on Bunk Collective.
Been wanting to learn about different careers? Or just need that nudge to pursue your passion projects? Here at Project Offbeat Careers Podcast, we talk to guests with unique careers outside the usual corporate shtick. Listen to historians, gamers, teachers, and cosplayers. See how they've succeeded and how you can apply their learnings to your workplace. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And get ready to take the off-beaten path with us.
Ayun. We're back on the main event, Mark. Let's continue with our WWE talk. So, yun nga. WWE is doing a really good job on building up Clash at the Castle. So, that's a very given, prominent subject to me. And also to address then yung tag match from this week's SmackDown. It's just a really good ender for that episode of SmackDown. So that's a good plus then for yours truly. And based on what happened on this week's episode, we are expecting more of those interesting stuff going to SmackDown. And yeah, I cannot wait to see more of that later on. Once SmackDown goes to Scotland, and imagine the magnitude of that show going next week. If the show will be built really well and things are very prominent na. It's very given, so that's why the show is going to be better and better talaga. Lalo't palapit na ang Clash at the Castle. Pero, let's continue with Raw. So, today's Raw, or this week's Raw, ayan, so that's the graphic. So, I'm not going to download other graphics here. So, this week's Raw, yes, they're building the same show, obviously. So, Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus. For me, this match was amazing. Chef's kiss. Parang, alam mo yun, this match alone is really easily better than SmackDown, if you're going to ask me. Pero, regardless, that was a really good match. That was a really good thing. Parang very prominent then to see how things are going right now. And it's very solid din at very prominent din sa totoo lang kung ano nga ba yung nangyayari with this show. Going back, Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. This match is just amazing. And sa totoo lang, sobrang satisfied ako on this match itself. Sa totoo lang, parang kinakabahan pa nga ako nung una. Parang feeling ko they're going to put this on a pay-per-view or PLE instead of this episode. But well, we got this here. That was amazing. As expected. Then, we're having, obviously, the continuation of LWO versus Judgment Day. And I'm not sure if it can be answered by now. Official member na ba si Carlito sa Judgment Day? To me, it's simply no. For now. At least for now. I can say that easily. And also, very obvious then that Sami Zayn is going to lose to Chad Gable at Clash at the Castle. He is going to build himself back on that. Pero I wish na matalo talaga siya. That would be satisfying. Pero he needs to fuck up first with the Alpha Academy before that happens. Matalo o manalo siya with a belt. Pero I can see this guy, Chad Gable, resigning with WWE. Kasi naobserbahan na natin few weeks time, he is now on a free agency. Some sources are saying na hindi siya magsasign again sa WWE. Pero we don't know just yet. This guy is an ongoing storyline and I don't see anything will change and I don't see anything will change just yet. Pero ang weird din na ganito ng madalas yung mga contract signing o napapadalas na rin yung mga signings na ganito. Pero I don't know din, hindi ko rin alam. Ayoko rin mag-spectate masyado. Ayoko rin magbigay masyado ng false hope. Baka din kasi di magkatotoo. Pero for someone like this one, specifically Chad Gable, pucha, hindi ko ma-imagine if things will go on a different manner and also on a different way. Pero pucha talaga. Please give this guy his first title. I cannot wait to see that happening anytime soon. And I hope that we can get that as soon as kasya na kasya. Pero yun, let's continue. Habang inaantay natin yung confirmation from that news. So Braun Breaker is impressing everyone in the backstage according to our sources. And we can say that come the Netflix deal, they are doing a transition o baka nga ilagay na siya as a prominent deal o prominent person na magdadala ng Raw sa Netflix. Pero imagine that outcome or imagine if that happens, hindi ko rin alam masyado. Ayoko din magsabi muna ngayon. Pero I can see that this show is getting a lot of buzz. One, because of Braun Breaker. And number two, because of how they're building up the show. Also, to add, Drew is helping a lot when it comes on the show itself. So it shows how amazing Commander Natro is. Pero regardless on what will happen, I cannot wait to see more of Braun Breaker and imagine paano pa if someone like Braun Breaker are going to be the main guy of this show going forward. And also, like what I said, Carlito is still being destroyed because of his affiliation with Judgment Day. It's kind of funny, but things must kept on that matter para mag-continue lang yung storyline with him and also the Judgment Day. And if Damian Priest is going to retain his belt at Clash at the Castle, we should expect actually Braun Strowman versus Damian Priest for the belt. Pero since Drew is going to fight on his hometown, medyo napapaisip ako, si Drew na bang dapat tumalo kay Damian Priest? Or matatalo na ba si Damian for this belt? Because I don't really see it. Hindi ko siya makita sa radar ko. And I'm not going to expect big things about that for now. But like what I said, mas gugustuhin kong matalo si Drew as long as he can go back to CM Punk or as long as he comes back to feud again with CM Punk or is CM Punk already? Let's see. Pero mas gugustuhin ko na ganun. Mas maganda rin kasi yung build-up nila so far with Punk versus Drew. And I don't see this will change anytime soon. Cannot wait to see more of that. But let's focus on what we're currently having right now. Pero yan, continue tayo with our Monday Night Raw. So, basically, that's it. Doon na naman umikot sa LWO versus Judgment Day. Itong buong episode to. So, let's continue with Dynamite. So, MJF, like what we said, appeared on the programming this week. So, he basically called out everyone, especially Kazuchika Okada and Swerve Strickland, also Will Ospreay. So, yeah. And hindi naman bago sa akin yung mga ganyang promo ni MJF. Pero I swear to God, he is giving us an amazing, amazing promos for a while. And I hope that this doesn't end anytime soon. Pero imagine MJF not winning this tournament that they're going to have for, ano man tawag dito? Yung Owen Cup. King Owen Cup, Queen Owen Cup. But that I'm going to call that in that way. The King and Queen Owen Cup. But yeah, let's see. This something irks me, and I hope this will continue then on how it should be built for a while. And kung paano nga ba dapat siya i-build, yun ang abangan natin. Come All in London. All in London is exciting to me. I really want to see someone like MJF coming back to the top of AEW because I don't see Okada, I don't see Kenny coming back just yet, but Okada is for sure still pursuing with his decks on the side. Pero ang sure naman natin that it will continue on that way and will continue on that way. Pero yeah, I cannot wait to see more of MJF chasing the title back to the top, and let's see what will happen down the line. Diba? Let's see kung ano yung pwedeng mangyari down the road. Also on the broadcast of AEW Dynamite, we got bangers. Walang bago doon. There's a lot of bangers going on in AEW, but let's focus first with Chris Statlander joining mainly the storyline for Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. It's kind of interest me kasi she's supposedly going focus with Willow Nightingale. Pero it's kind of integrated now, which is interesting to me on how things is going so far. And to see this match not happening just yet until this King and Queen Owen Cup, baka ganito rin yung magtungo, ganito rin yung magiging build up ng storyline going forward to them. Pero yeah, I cannot wait to see more of that later on. Also, we're currently having this TNT title qualifying matches for Forbidden Door, and so far Mark Briscoe qualified himself on that match as well. And also, meta ba si Jack Perry? So I have to ask this very urgently. Meta ba si Jack Perry? Kasi sa tingin ko, I don't really care about him anymore. Let's see what will happen going forward. And isa pa, si Hook at saka si Samoa Joe. Yes, this Jericho learning tree thing is kind of interesting. Pero as long as Jericho is not on TV, that's all good to me. And that's what matters the most. Pero continue tayo ng contest. So we are having previews of the Forbidden Door. So we have Blackpool Combat Club versus CMLL. Another CMLL. And also, Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie Banker. I'm not sure if I mentioned it correctly. It's now official for Forbidden Door for both TBS and New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Championship or Women's Title. We're getting Mercedes 2 belts at this point. Possibly 3 this year. Pero, yeah. Let's continue with Jericho. Guys, ito hot take lang. This might be the worst Chris Jericho gimmick so far that we are seeing for a while. And as in this, not watchable at all. Sobrang hindi ako nai-impress on how he does things, but on the side traits of the storyline, interesting siya. Pero himself, no. I don't really see that, seriously. Pero, one thing is for sure, sobrang interesting itong storyline nila Mina Shirakawa Tony Storm and Mariah May, and to the fact that both of them are having Mariah May on their templates. And in my entire life as a wrestling fan, ngayon ko lang nakita na itong taon to, andun sa template ng graphics. Tapos, very prominent na andun siya. Andun siya dun sa graphics. Yes, graphics are very important for wrestling. Kasi, doon na-determine yung stories that we have to focus with eh. Andun din tayo sa part na dapat yung mga wrestlers na andito are being focused too. But like what I said, this Tony Storm versus Mira Shirakawa storyline is going to be interesting and it should be banger. I see some of her matches, specifically Mina Shirakawa outside of AEW circle. I can see her as someone that I can take seriously because so far she is making me impressed. I hope that it will continue. Pero what's interesting dito sa storyline na to is yung loyalty ni Mariah May is kind of secured on this one because Mariah May on her days on Stardom, she's allied with Mina, and then someone like Tony Storm, allied na siya with Tony Storm. Para bang winasak siya ngayon. She's currently on a confusion stage na kung saan nga ba siya sasama down the line. It should be interesting down the line. And let's see how things will fold come Forbidden Door. Last thing, Roderick Strong versus Strickland for the AEW World Championship. So far, this match is amazing. Parang imagine on how things are going. So far, it's very interesting. It's very prominent too. To see someone like Swerve defending his belt every week, and I kind of love it. May mga gantong champions kasi na I think it deserves to defend the belt every week. But sometimes, mga champions din naman na accepted with this kind of rule. It's kind of appreciation. Like Roman Reigns, say part-time champion, very understandable yung schedule niya. But like what I said, Swerve versus Roderick Strong, what a banger match. And imagine how things will go. Come Forbidden Door versus Will Ospreay. Imagine how things will fold come Forbidden Door as well. Cannot wait to see more of that later on, but we will see and we will find out more of that once Forbidden Door comes in few weeks' time. But yeah, I think that's it for this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. Sorry about that. Baka maka-copyright ako. Pero yun. That's it for Forbidden Door. Let's continue with some important happenings on TNA. Let's repeat this news. AJ Francis is your new digital media champion. He defeated Laredo Kid at the 20th anniversary of TNA Impact. And it's also being announced that starting on last week's episode of TNA Wrestling, so this week's episode of TNA Wrestling was the first episode of TNA Impact that it will be aired not only on Access TV and its affiliates. It will be also aired together with its airing on Access TV, also on TNA Plus every Thursdays, and also on YouTube. If you're having YouTube Insiders, it's only 25 pesos. You can also be able to watch it on YouTube Insiders. That's only 25 pesos. So it's kind of magaan. It's kind of magaan to me. Pero I'm going to give my take on dropping or TNA dropping the Impact Insiders. It's kind of disappointing. Pero I'm going to mention to you guys the information regarding on that announcement by TNA Wrestling. Kasi TNA Wrestling announced few days ago that they're going to drop this thing. We're going to drop that come June 1. So, it's kind of disappointing that we are going to lose this option para makapanood ng TNA Wrestling and in favor to TNA Plus and para makapag-focus din sila come TNA Plus. Yeah. So, it's kind of sad to see TNA Plus going out of the window. So, again, ulitin natin yung news for everyone that's having that confirmation and information from TNA. So, I'm just sharing my tab. So, therefore, you can hear what TNA is actually mentioning regarding on that news that TNA is providing us as we speak. Okay, I'm just going to share this to you guys. So therefore, it's very prominent. But I'm going to remove that. So screw that. Yun. So TNA announced this.
Hey guys, TNA Director of Authority here, Santino Marella. I got some news. YouTube Ultimate Insider is going to be discontinued as of June 1st. We encourage you, we implore you to come to TNA Plus. We're going to have incredible new content coming out this summer. It's going to blow your mind. For more information, go to TNAWrestling.com. See you there.
And that was it for TNA announcing that they're going to drop the Ultimate Insiders in favor of TNA Plus. You heard that already from Santino Marella himself. And yeah, it's very interesting to see TNA impact on TV itself. And I don't think this will go anytime soon or this move will shake up anytime soon. But it works on TNA's side of things. So it's all good to me. Pero sa malaking kawalan din talaga yung pagkawala ng TNA Ultimate Insiders. Because sobrang cheap kasi imagine you can watch the pay-per-views 30 days after its airing. Then yung live na big other shows every Fridays. So it's kind of sad for me to see this go. And yeah, we have to deal with the changes and also we have to deal with this move that TNA just executed just weeks ago. And we're being informed that they're going to provide more content on TNA Plus going forward. Speaking of TNA Plus, this match has been made official. So, Jordynne Grace is going to defend her belt in a couple of days from now in an open challenge for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Sino ang kalaban? I don't know just yet. But imagine if someone from WWE is going to defend with, imagine the magnitude or imagine everything will come or imagine things will go on that episode of TNA Impact or this specific episode of show. Actually, it's very interesting too to see someone like Jordynne Grace actually kicking off the door for TNA and specifically WWE. We will discuss more pag nag-predict na tayo ng NXT Battleground. Pero for someone like Jordynne Grace, imagine the history, everything is history. Imagine that. And I cannot wait to see more of Jordynne Grace, specifically on Sunday. If you're someone na first time ang papanood si Jordynne Grace, hindi nyo siya mariregret. If you are avid fan of TNA, I can guarantee that you're going to enjoy every second of her in WWE. And I swear, mag-shine talaga siya dito ng malala. Especially, this is something that she deserves and this is a promotion that I can guarantee she deserves as well. And a treatment, specifically, yung treatment na deserve niya Pero I can guarantee this not be the last time you will see a TNA wrestler on a WWE ring or a WWE wrestler that you will see on a TNA ring. Interesting though that Tatum Paxley already teased herself to be the one who will challenge for the Knockouts World Championship based on what happened on NXT. Ayaw nyo maniwala? Let's see in a few weeks' time. It's going to be interesting, for sure. And, but, eto, basahin ko tong comment ni Julian, ha. But feeling ko si Roxanne to, like, pwedeng plugging rights. If Roxanne, mananalo siya sa Battleground, then she'll try to beat her in her own turf until Jordan Grace beats her. Tapos, yung blow niya, Slammiversary, ganito ba? Kasi I don't see that just yet. Pero I would love to see this too. Pero for someone like Roxanne or Tatum, this is such a big opportunity for both of them. Pero for one that should appear on the next pay-per-view in TNA, it should be Natalya, to be honest. Natalya versus Jordan Grace. Imagine that. Imagine the magnitude, especially hometown din ni Natalya yung venue ng Slammiversary this year. So, I can see things will go next week. But yeah, I can see that it can be a bragging rights, but unlikely for now because she never mentioned din naman na pupunta siya ng Forbidden Door. Pero malay nyo, surprise because may history din naman siya with Ring of Honor and also TNA. Malay nyo naman. Pero unlikely to. Sa ngayon, unlikely to. I'm going to say this very prominently. Unlikely siya sa ngayon. Pero I can see Tatum going to TNA. I can see someone like Natalya going to TNA. And definitely, I cannot wait to see specifically Roxanne Perez back to TNA. Imagine that. And yeah, last thing, before we continue, kamali ako, pasensya na guys. Ayan. Balik nga muna ako sa dati kong fix kasi nagkamali ako doon. So, the system just assaulted Nick Nemeth after of that match. Parang binayaran nila si Frankie Kazarian to beat the living hell out of Nick Nemeth. So, basically, they're setting up a Nick Nemeth versus Moose or possibly versus Matt Hardy for Slammiversary next month. Pero they're calling out the system for possibly a match at the Hardy compound. Or a brawl at the Hardy compound. Let's see how things will go next week. It's going to be interesting and packed next week. The best option actually to subscribe on TNA is watching on YouTube itself. Hindi nyo mareregret. I swear to God, wala pa siyang commercials. So, gugustuhan nyo talaga. Parang ahead na ahead kayo sa mga nanonood sa TV sa US. So, you should enjoy that next week. Yun! So, that's it for our Dynamite Plus TNA review. For the meantime, we're just going to take a short break. And when we come back, let's talk about my predictions for this year's NXT Battleground. But for the meantime, let's check our kabunkmates on the Bunk Collective.
Naguulat mula sa shore na kasing Pretty Ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are the Shippers. Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love story.
And update you about the latest every week.
Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you. Let's go.
Welcome back to the main event, Mark. Let's continue with our official predictions for this year's NXT Battleground. Keep in mind, that this show won't be televised on any platform, Disney Plus. If you have a WWE network, sorry about that. If you have a WWE network, you'll be able to watch it on the WWE network. But sorry for that. You heard my feed. Sinusubukan ko kasi tignan kung maganda yung feed sa akin. But yeah. So, NXT Battleground is going to take place this Monday, Manila time. Sabi ko nga, walang broadcaster to locally. So, if you want to watch it, dumiskarte ka na lang. That will be the best option. If you have the WWE Network, you can watch it on the WWE Network. But the best option that I can provide to you is you can watch it on Peacock. If you have Peacock, you can watch it on Peacock. But the best option that we can provide to you is you can watch it on their platforms. But yeah, let's continue with the matches. Let's do a rundown of this year's NXT Battleground. So, habang nag-aantay kayo, I hope you can enjoy this show. And I hope na nag-enjoy din kayo today on the Main Event Mark. You can subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. You can also go to our YouTube channel for our official podcast then over on the PWPH podcast. And also, you can subscribe over there para sa iba pang content ng the Main Event Mark podcast and also on the PWPH podcast. Ayun. So, habang nag-transition ako dito, let's start with our official predictions for this year's NXT Battleground. So, first thing foremost, let's start with this one. So, Axiom and Nathan Fraser is going to defend the NXT Tag Team titles against the OC, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. So, it's being announced based on the last week's episode of NXT. And based on what we got, I can see them retaining the belts. And I don't really think that the belts is going to change hands anytime soon. And yeah, like what I said, after na ma-retain yung belts versus Tony D's family, I don't really think that this will be followed up anytime soon with another loss for both of them. Pero regardless, going to be a good match and going to be a banger on NXT for sure. Also, another banger was announced. It's it's a three-way match for the North American champion. So it's for the men's. It's Oba Femi defending against Wesley versus Joe Coffey. Pero ewan ko tama ba ang pagkasabi ko kanina, yung prediction ko for the tag titles is retain. Ito, this time I have to pick. I'm really thinking that it should be favored of Joe Coffey. Pero feeling ko retain pa din to. As much as I want to see Wesley winning this match, but I don't think he's winning the match at all. Pero yeah, regardless on what will happen, it's going to be a fun match and it should be a fun match. I can assure you that. And I can guarantee that as well. So, that's a match that we should look forward to besides on the other matches on this prominent card. Eto. So, speaking of prominent and speaking of history, we're going to have 3 women's title matches on this episode of hindi, 3 pala, sorry. It's supposedly 2. So this one of them. It's time to make history. So it's going to be a ladder match for the Women's North American Championship. It's Sol Ruca versus Lash Legend versus Fallon Henley versus Jada Parker versus Minchin versus Kelani Jordan. So, dalawa yung ipipick ko dito para lang sure ako. Number 1 is very obvious that it might be Sol Ruca. Pero possible din na maging Fallon Henley to. Pero hindi ako magko-complain if any one of this woman will win the belt, especially with someone like Jada Parker and specifically Minchin. Not to mention that all of them shined on that Booker T press con that they had. Pero para lang namang pinaggagawa ni Booker doon. Parang hindi nga kailangan si Booker doon sa segment na yun. Pero regardless, on this match, like what I said, I can see Sol Ruka and possibly Lash Legend winning this match. That would be great. Pero Sol Ruka ang aking favorite to win on this match at NXT Battleground. So, let's talk about the underground. Lagi ng underground yung nasasabi ko. It should be NXT Battleground. And let's talk about the Battleground in an underground. So, it's Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler in a NXT Underground match. Baka magkamali na naman ako. Pero yun, this match is going to take place as well on Sunday. And imagine the magnitude of this match next week. And imagine how things will go next week. Especially it's personal and based on what we got last week on that promo. And also this week on their kind of preview on what they can provide to the table. I cannot wait to see these two MMA fighters turned wrestlers collide. It's going to be a fun ride come next week or this week on NXT Battleground. Specifically on this match. And sa totoo nga lang, ito dapat yung gusto kong mag-main event ng NXT Battleground, but it's not possible because we have also the history match we are going to predict in a moment. But for now, I'm going to say this should be Lola Vice. Lola Vice to, definitely. Next, we have the NXT title match between Trick Williams and Ethan Page. So Ethan Page made his debut weeks back on NXT, and last week's episode or this week's episode of NXT made him the challenger for the NXT Championship because of his demands that he shared with Ava. So, ayun. This match has been made official and I can see this match going on his favor. And I cannot wait to see more of this after ng pay-per-view or possibly sa Heatwave kasi hometown ni Ethan Page yun. Pero for now, I can see this as a retain muna ni Trick. Kasi di niya pa naman na-earn ng sobra yung title match niya. So, he has to earn it and improve himself. Pero kagaya ng sabi ni Julian sa akin, one time, share ko na nga yung sinabi ni Julian sa akin na malay nyo, mag-Christian nga si Ethan Page dito. Mag-Christian nga siya dito. Then days later, tatalunin siya ni Trick Williams. Pero it doesn't make sense. So, mas gusto ko na lang mag-retain siya. Then, he should take it on his hometown sa Canada after ng Money in the Bank match. After the Money in the Bank PLE. So, that makes sense. But for now, it should be Trick Williams ang mananalo dito. Very prominent. Finally, the possibly main event of this card, it's Roxanne Perez defending the women's title against Jordan Grace of TNA Knockouts World Champion. As much as I want Jordan to win this match, but it's very prominent, it's very obvious at this point that Jordan is going to lose on this match. And if someone like Roxanne is going to win this match, feeling ko may interference to or may distraction na mangyayari. I don't see Roxanne winning this match very easily. And I don't really see her either way na mananalo siya na madalian lang. It's not possible. Pero for someone like Jordan, for sure, Roxanne is going to be tested for sure. And mas mararamdaman nila yon, mas magiging prominent siya bago mag-take place yung NXT Heatwave na binabalita nga nila na baka mag-appear si Julia. Pero for now, I don't really see that happen. Pero let's see pa din kung ano yung mangyayari come next week dito sa NXT Battleground. And it will take place Sunday, June 9 in the United States, Monday here in the Philippines, 8 a.m. Manila time. Streaming exclusively on Peacock in the United States and WWE Network elsewhere except the Philippines. But for now, let us know your predictions on NXT Battleground as we are officially ending the stream here on the main event mark. So for the meantime, thank you very much for everyone who is listening and watching to the main event mark podcast. So in case you are listening to this right now, you can expect the official review for Dexcon Decada. That will be our first episode for our season 7 of this show. And also, going forward, we're going to have this live and also one episode at least every week. And yeah, we'll see how things will go going forward. And in-explore pa naman natin kung ano yung mangyayari in the next couple of weeks. But for now, let's repeat these announcements. Again, World Underground Wrestling returns for an event entitled Tagay Na, which is on July 7 at Brawl Pit Bulusan. So far, the matches has been announced and the main event possibly for this show, it's TZK versus High Proof of Canto Terror and Rasael. Cutie Katie. Cutie Katie nga lang gusto kong tawagin dyan para mabilis eh. Pero yun, against TZK, it's going to be a banger match for sure on next week. Pero I cannot wait to see more of that later on. And I swear, putang ina, imagine this magnitude of this show going forward next week. And yeah, like what I said, kagaya nga na sinabi ko na as low as 450 you are going to get an entry for the show plus a drink voucher at magiinuman kayong mga manonood for World Underground Wrestling Tagay Na on July 7 at Brawl Pit Bulusan. It's going to be a fun show, going to be a fun night for everyone at Brawl Pit Bulusan. For the meantime also, we can announce as well that next week's episode of the PWPH podcast is going to be an open mic night. And also, marami din kayong abangan this week, especially on our episode being announced earlier, that we're going to have a bonus episode for the PWPH podcast na magre-reveal kami ng mga match of the year namin so far. And I cannot wait to see more of that later on. For now, you can catch the official podcast of Pro Wrestling Philippines Club on Spotify's dedicated feed and on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel if you're watching on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel right now on our podcast. Also, you can follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube at MEM Wrestling Pod. You can also support the podcast on Patreon, patreon.com/main event or MEM Wrestling Pod. Also support our bunkmates on Bunk Collective, all of our shows on the Bunk Collective, thebunkph.com, and also on our social media at the Bunk PH. Also, you can rate the podcast as well 5 stars, 6 in Tokyo Dome. And we will see you next week for yet another main event live. And also another episode then reviewing NXT Battleground. And possibly dito na tayo sa stream ulit mag-predictions ng NXT. Yun nga, predictions na for Clash at the Castle and also for this show. And yeah, it's going to be a banger for sure next week on the PWPH podcast. You can catch that again on Spotify and also here on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel. If you're tuning in on YouTube, maraming salamat sa lahat ng nakanood at nakakinig ng episode na yon. Again, thank you very much again for Bunk Collective for always supporting this show and always supporting our counterparts, which is the Pro Wrestling Philippines Club podcast. And for everyone here on the Main Event, my name is Angelo Penera for now. Goodbye for now. We will see you next week again for yet another episode of the Main Event Mark and also on the Main Event Live. Goodbye for now, and we will see you next week for another banger. Goodbye for now.